Oh. Here we go. Here we go. What a wild politics day again. Yesterday was a good day to take a break. What up, Mosky? What up? What up? I think we can start with Iran. There's a lot of going on in Iran. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of things coming out of it because they don't have internet at the moment. So getting information out of Iran is kind of hard. Even though Elon Musk promised to provide them. Elon Musk promised to provide them internet. I would have hoped that Elon Musk would have provided internet to Palestinians at one point as well. But I guess selective helping is something that he does. But yeah, as we know, the protests in Iran are still going, and they're gonna probably go for a long time, which is good thing. Like, people might think that I would be for some reason against this because a lot of like liberals and like left wingers are against this, but I'm always all for a bit of a revolution. And if the people are unhappy about the things that their government is doing, I am all for revolution. And I've always been for revolution. Like, there's been, like last year, we had a surge of Gen Z revolutions around the world. We had Nepal, we had Sri Lanka, we had Peru, we had Slovakia, we had Bulgaria, we had Madagascar. There were so many different uprisings last year because the youth and the people were unhappy how their governments were running things. But I do think that there's way more countries in the world that would benefit from a bit of a revolution, a bit of an uprising from the citizens. I can name a few countries here now from the top of my head. For example, Russia. I have a lot of Russian friends and I know people from Russia. And unfortunately, their leadership is failing the citizens of Russia quite a lot. They would need some revolution there. Hi from Ireland. I'm also in Ireland. And also a bit of revolution would be in order in Israel, for example. United States would be another one. What else? Syria. Well, Syria kind of has it already. Maybe China as well. China could use some revolution as well. I'm in Kildare. I'm in County Mayo. Do you know dare to critique Islam? What? No. I just said that Iran and Syria should have a revolution. Like, free the citizens of Iran. Yeah, I think it's a good thing that the protests are happening. Saudi Arabia would also. Like, Rune, I don't know what your goal here is. Like, if a regime is bad, it is bad. End of fucking story. And if the citizens are unhappy how it's ran, they should revolt. They should do a bit of a revolution and change the regime. Good evening, lovable stoner. So yeah, I'm all for revolution, like 100%. I think a lot more citizens around the world should use the power of the masses to push forward revolution. Wish more people in the US would revolt. Yeah, 100%. I was just saying the same. Like, I do think that the United States could use some revolution as well. Well, they are actually. Why do you call yourself Jesus in your bio? Just for shits and giggles. Why wouldn't I? I'm technically Jesus. Are you offended that I'm calling myself basically Jesus? it kind of falls under my freedom of speech. So everyone can be Jesus. Yeah, 100%. Like my neighbor is Jesus. No, I'm just trying to. You're holding double I'm just sure you're holding double standards. What? Hope you don't mind me guessing, but are you German or am I wrong? I'm not German. What double standards? Everybody can be Muhammad. Yeah, 100%. Everybody can be Muhammad. Muhammad is a name, though. You probably mean Prophet Muhammad. Yeah. Everybody can be Moses. Everybody can be Thor. Everybody can be Shiva. Anybody can be anything they want to. Like freedom of speech is freedom of speech. We all one connected, just energy. Yeah. Jesus is also a Spanish name. No, I'm not Dutch either. They're just names. Yeah, literally. Just like Muski said. They're just names. Like, I think, Rune, you might have some reflection that you want to reflect on other people. Considering the first thing you said was, do you dare critique Islam? So I think you have some own opinions that you try to reflect on other people. It's not a protest, it's a revolution. Yeah, it is a revolution. I just wrote protest because revolution is a longer word and it takes more space on my screen. Free Iran. Yeah. If the citizens are unhappy, free Iran. Oh my god. Drune is so butthurt that he uses different language to write honey. I don't have to I have to do anything. Leftists are just people pleasers with double standards. How fucking insecure you are that you need to use a different language to write that. Oh my god, get a life. That's so sad. That is so... Why didn't you write it in English? Why didn't you write it in English? You wrote everything else in English. You're just such an insecure little goblin. Well, they clearly ain't happy. Iranians are great, smart people who have been terrorized for decades. Oh yeah, 100%. Don't assume things, you can ask. I already said that I'm not German and Dutch in the chat. Like, Rune, you have eyes, I think. Like, I already said that I'm not Dutch or German. Literally, minutes ago. Don't assume things. That's why, you came to the chat, you were starting assuming things. Like, Chrome Man, by the way, try to behave yourself. I mean, sorry about this, Rune, but you brought this up on yourself, like, the way you started the conversation. I'm finished and I think you're finished. I am finished. Being left equals being kind and caring about people. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Rune. I mean... That's not assuming, saying that you sound Finnish. Rune, I mean... My fucking god. Okay. Like, Rune, try and behave. Rune, try and behave. I'll give you one more chance. Like, you started off immediately just like completely like an asshole. How many billions was it to make them demonstrations in... I mean, people are unhappy. People start a revolution, protest. And if there's like outside funding, I don't know about that. Yeah, W on your bot there. He would have another crash out otherwise. Oh my fucking god. Rune, it was nice knowing you, but go to the fucking Shadow Realm. Like, yeah, I'm not listening to that anymore. Sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that. We from time to time get like people like that just immediately start the conversation like that. Listen, you know very well you can have rent for demonstrations and as well rent them out. Oh yeah, like 100%. I know that, but I don't know for sure that it's happening here. How are you, Alicia? I'm doing fine, Blu-rays. Gotta be filed up immediately. But like, I'm doing fine. How you doing, Blu-rays? How's your week going? With money, you can buy anything. Oh yeah. Demonstrators have continued to take to the streets of Iran, defying escalation crackdown by authorities against the growing protest movement. An internet shutdown imposed by the authorities on Thursday has largely cut the protesters off from the rest of the world, but videos that trickled out of the country showed thousands of people demonstrating in Tehran overnight into Saturday morning. They chanted death to Khamenei in reference to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and long live the Shah. Crowds of protesters marched through the streets of Mashhad as fires burned around them and showed a defiance in the hometown of Khamenei. At work. Well, you're always at work, Blu-rays. You're a busy worker. Iranian people this time should not know going back from revolution. Yeah, I mean they are kind of all in already, so I think they kind of have to go all in. Here's the map for you guys to see. Like, this is where all the protests are happening at the moment. Of course, Tehran is going to be the one that has the majority of them. Yeah, what is post? Link is how they manage to distribute all the money to troublemakers. I know, but few days left only. Like hopefully your work days are gonna be chill. It ends beautifully or very ugly. Yeah, there is usually not in between. Like revolutions either are bloody as hell at the end, or they end beautifully. Did you hear the Irish minister's statement on X and its uses of agent CP? Insane. I saw a lot of like comments about it, and I do have a topic on that matter waiting for me about Elon Musk's eagerness to protect his own AI generating CSAM and undressing females without consent. That's a topic that we're gonna jump after Iran. Did Irish minister say that? I hope it's not the prime minister though, because I think Europe stands fully behind Iran protesters, says EU chief. Yeah. I saw von der Leyen already said that. Minister Brown. Let me see. Minister Brown. XAI. Let's see. Mr. Brown, ridiculous video that minister said had nothing to do with his department was approved by his officials. I don't have payment for that. Media minister deletes X account amid controversy over Grok and explicit AI content. This is gonna take a few weeks, I think, but if they don't get any help from USA, Israel, I don't know. Minister Donovan, okay. The Minister of State with responsibility for AI, Niam Smith, has described X putting some Grok image editing feature behind paywall as window dressing. No, this is not the same guy as well. Well, we'll chop into that XAI stuff like later. Oh, Jutta provided me a link. Okie dokie, let's see. I found it now. Media minister criticizes for arguing X is not responsible for child sexual abuse images. I have a bit of a exercise for everyone here. If you go to an artist and you ask them to paint you a CSAM image, and the artist distributes it. And of course you get the because you ordered that CSAM painting. Who's to fault there? Is it the person who made the request? Is it the artist who made the picture? Or maybe both? What do you think? If a person, the artist is at fault, not the person who paid for that painting or asked to make the painting. Blu-rays, yeah, both, both in my opinion. Both would be legally liable, because the person who clearly made the request and paid for the painting and also now owns that painting. And the artist, of course, because they took that job and made that painting. Both of them would be. In the same regard, Elon Musk and X in general is also in fault here, because they are not doing enough. They are not tweaking the AI to prevent those images. They could do that, but they are not doing that. I work with AI. A lot of you know that I work with AI. AI can do that. Or you were blaming only the artist? No. Okay, sorry, Musk. I misunderstood. Yeah, but like both of them are in the fault. The Iran protest is the most beautiful side of freedom fighting I've ever seen. Then you were sleeping in 2025, though, Gail the Cat, because there were so many uprisings in 2025. Beautiful uprisings. Nepal was one of the most beautiful. Do you play PC games? I do play. Off topic, but I'm gonna guess again where you're from. Finland. Yeah, I am Finnish. Yeah. Sending a few cruise missiles won't stop them from being killed. They need weapons or army their side. If they want to do a proper revolution, yeah, they do need some artillery. They do need some assistance if they want to do a proper revolution. The main reason only the internet will cut off in Iran. Yeah. I recognize the accent from Sam Lake. I don't know who Sam Lake is. No. Isn't Sam Lake? No, I don't even want to guess. I thought that Max Payne, like the creator of Max Payne or something like that. The IRGC are launching drones at the people. Oh yeah, Remedy guess. Oh, well, there you go. Putin won Finland. I mean, Putin has won Finland ever since he came to power, even earlier than that. Hey, Lucky Charms, Leprechaun, thanks for the follow. Putin has wanted Finland ever since he came to power, and even before that. Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened to intervene if Iranian authorities kill protesters, but Donald Trump has still done nothing. There's a lot of people died already in Iran. How long before Israel and the USA join now? I mean, Israel has a proper hate boner for Iran. So I think it's only now waiting for the Americans to activate. Iran has had a hate boner for Iran for decades. So it's only a matter of time until they join, because they are now waiting for Trump. I don't think they will join if Trump doesn't go with them. Now they are killing the people Israeli have the excuse. Yeah. Anything about ICE protest? I talked about extensively about the ICE protest 2 days ago when the original one happened, and also the day before that. But we can dabble in ourselves in the ICE protests again, because there's still things happening in Minnesota. So I do think that, and I'm now quoting Jesse Ventura, which is something that you're not probably going to hear me do that often, but ICE now going door to door, searching for illegal immigrants or arresting people, going door to door, has some historical echo that kind of makes every single hair in my body stand up. And in my opinion, there is the Second Amendment. A lot of right-wingers in the US like to claim that they hold so dear. And I do think this is one of those instances where the people in the United States should start using what the Second Amendment is for. Fuck around and find out is the motto around that situation. Thank you for understanding us. But we can go back to the eyes more, like, because I've seen the videos and everything, and nothing that occurred on that justified 3 headshots. It's just baffling that we're even we had the conversation and we're still having a conversation around that. That shouldn't be your first reaction as a police officer. And people were making excuses for the ICE agent that, yeah, he had a similar incident like months before, like 6 months before or something like that, and he's still probably a bit traumatized. I'm sorry, but if you're not mentally fit to go to work, especially if you have a gun, you shouldn't go to work. So then the whole department is at fault that they let him go to work, even though he wasn't mentally fit. The videos are enraging. Poor woman can't believe there is a debate around it. He murdered Renee. Yeah. Like, there is, if he's not fit to go, hey, Chucky, how about you get as loud about the Muslim in Europe raping? Oh my fucking God. I have an interesting person in YouTube that got censored by YouTube. So, well, one of those is always bound to come to the chat. Hey, Ross, thanks for the follow. I actually disagree on that one. Which one? But the wife told her to drive also. Yeah, but still. Muski, thanks for the follow. Only after watching the angle of the person that was driven at a wider angle. I mean, he was turning. He wasn't targeting the ICE agent. He was turning and leaving the scene. He wasn't under investigation. He wasn't like... And it is ironic that the first reaction you have, once you sidestep, is shoot them and then shoot twice again through the side window. No, you see her steer away, like, well, you see her properly turning to the right because he was going to the right because the direction of the traffic was right. And he walked away unscathed. He was on the side of the car because of the angle of the bullet hole in the windshield. It is impossible to shoot from that angle and hit the head. But the funniest thing is, like, I saw European police officers having a conversation around this and like wondering, like, how can that person be like an ICE agent with a gun if they can't handle a situation like that? Like, three headshots. We don't have to debate the accuracy of the shots for a change with Americans. I think the most angering thing about that case was, like, immediately after the incident, after the killing, after the death, Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller ran to Twitter claiming, before any investigation, before any proper, like, looking into the situation, and went and claimed that she was a domestic terrorist. The right tweet in that situation would have been that, unfortunately, there was a life lost and we are investigating what happened. Easy as that. There would have not been as much uproar about this if Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller would have just shut the fuck up. Poor family, so sad story. Yeah, it is. Simply they don't care. No, they don't. And as Vance said that they have immunity, so they have to get their propaganda first. Yeah, they didn't even hesitate. It was literally immediately. Right from the get-go. Our goal is no longer merely to come into the streets. The goal is to prepare to seize city centers and hold them, said, promising he would return Iran soon. A protest started in Tehran, commercial hubs, and they expanded around the city, into neighborhoods and such. The Iranian Nobel Peace Prize winner Shirin Ebadi warned on Friday that security forces could be preparing to commit a massacre under the cover of a sweeping communications blackout. That is also my fear when it comes to Iran. Is like, because they don't have internet at the moment, which is kind of important nowadays, especially when there's protests and like revolutions happening. So the outside world can't really see properly what's happening. Hi, bro, what's up? What up, Aishin? Trump doesn't care about Americans. He just wants oil and gold. And he wants Greenland. He wants Greenland. He really, really, really wants Greenland. Because he doesn't want Russia to be the neighbor of the United States. News coming in is Trump's preparing for an attack. Did we get something? He will rename it Trumpland. I wouldn't be surprised. We seem to be living in a might makes right world. Oh yeah. Iran is looking at freedom perhaps like never before. The USA stands ready to help. President Trump, Iran is looking at freedom perhaps like never before. The USA stands for help. So okay, so that was literally a moment ago. Why he want Greenland to? Natural resources. Theko, thanks for the follow. Natural resources. He might claim something else, but natural resources. He claimed yesterday, while he was meeting his funder, his donators, the oil companies, that he wants Greenland because he doesn't want China and Russia to be neighbors. Without Google, can you find the error in that? He said that he wants Greenland because he doesn't want Russia or China to be USA's neighbors. Can you find what's wrong with that sentence? I really, really hope Denmark doesn't cave to Trump and sell Greenland. I don't think. Oh, oil, Oli. There you go. Education all the way. Russia is already the neighbor. Literally, you can take like the island between Russia and US. That's only 3 miles away. If we're talking about the mainland of Russia and mainland of US, that's like 50-ish miles away. So Russia is already quite a lot closer. Well, a closer neighbor than Greenland is. Actually, a closer neighbor than Venezuela is. If USA occupies Greenland, then Alicia, you should start learning Russian, I guess. I'm in Ireland. No, I'm in Ireland, Aishin. I'm Finnish, but I'm in Ireland, so I'm safe for now. Greenland have army. Well, Greenland is a NATO country, part of a NATO country's territory. So technically, yes. He can just have an agreement with Denmark to allow its military wide to... No. Trump literally said yesterday that it's not enough. You need to own Greenland and then you want to protect it. This is what Trump said yesterday. It's not enough that they would put military in Greenland. USA needs to own it, so they want to protect it. It's all about control of the Arctic, isn't it? Since the ice sheet there will get smaller. Yes. You never know, the Brits might make a sequel to Ireland. It will become a new major trade route. Trump definitely destroyed NATO image. War penguins. Oh my god. Peiko, you just reminded me of one of the stupidest things like that happened. Trump put tariffs on that one island that is only occupied by penguins. Remember that? I'm not even kidding. I can show you guys. Nowhere on Earth is safe. Trump imposes tariffs on an uninhabitable island near Antarctica. Australian Prime Minister surprised after external territories, including tiny Norfolk Island and remote island home to penguins targeted by US President. Goddamn what? Yeah. He is greedy. He wants the resources there for his own country. So that's bullshit reason. Yeah. Like, even penguins aren't safe. And this was like literally 9 months ago. A group of barren, uninhabited volcanic islands near Antarctica covered in glacier and home to penguins has been swept up in Donald Trump's trade war as the US president hit them with a 10% tariffs on goods. Heard Island and McDonald Islands, which form external territory of Australia, are among the remotest places on Earth, accessible only via a 2-week boat voyage from Perth on Australia's west coast. They are completely uninhabited, with the last visit from people believed to be nearly 10 years ago. Nevertheless, Heard and McDonald Islands features in a list released by the White House of countries that would have new trade tariffs imposed. I mean, the penguins are fucking devastated about that. Rock on, little dudes. Flip it to the man. I sell the penguin cage in Microsoft Zoo Tycoon. Damn. I mean, if Republicans loses midterms, he will be impeached. I hope it happens. I do hope it happens as well. Unfortunately, there might be that if Republicans lose the midterms, I do think that there's going to be a civil war in the United States because Trump will dog whistle his fans that it is rigged. And we know how fanatic the cult is. So they are going to jump in and protect. Iran medics describe overwhelmed hospitals as protests continue. This is actually from BBC. As protests in Iran continue and Iranian authorities issued coordinated warnings to protesters, a doctor and medic at 2 hospitals told the BBC their facilities were overwhelmed with injuries. One doctor said a Tehran Eye hospital had gone into crisis mode, while the BBC also updated a message from a medic in another hospital saying it did not have enough surgeons to cope with the influx of patients. On Friday, US President Donald Trump said Iran was in big trouble and warned, "You better not start shooting because we'll start shooting too." So, at least BBC is trying to be better, I guess. But it has had an alarmingly low coverage on mainstream media. The kind of unprecedented corruption Trump has done, he will imprison for sure after 2028. I don't think Trump will make to 2028. I've said this many times. He's an old man, and we can see that he's not well. I'm not wishing anybody death, but that's just how time works, you know? We all die at some point. Most people don't even know what's happening in Iran unless they have an X account. That is true, but I've seen, like, yesterday, when I was reading about what's happening in Iran, like, of course, I covered Iran the first time a week ago already. So, and like, I've been catching up on it. And yesterday, when they closed the internet and I wanted to see what's happening in Iran, I did notice that not a lot of like major news sources they weren't covering it at all. Our names are similar. They are quite similar. BBC rarely covered about Iran. Yeah. Imagine they chose JD Vance instead of Trump. No, I don't think Stephen Miller would allow that. I think Stephen Miller has a bit too much power. I think he might take over. Could be. Iran has the worst regime in the world. Yeah. No, well, not the worst. There is bound to be worse. I like one of the worst. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't maybe say the worst, but one of the worst. Stephen for king. Stephen, I thought you were dead. Only decent Republican I find is Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, if Vivek stayed the same as he was during the debates, like during the debates, Vivek was quite okay. But of course, after the debates and Trump won, you kind of need to go all in on MAGA. So Vivek completely swapped what he was about. North Korea may be the worst. North Korea could be up there. One of the worst, exactly. He's finished. Vivek will never win for obvious reasons. I mean, let's be honest. There's portions in those red states in the United States that will never vote Vivek, and we all know why they won't vote for Vivek. It's the same reason that there will never be a female president from the Republican Party, because there are parts of the red states that will never vote for a female president. I will make a prediction. I will predict that Erica Kirk is going to be the Republican candidate. Vance also doesn't command the same charisma Trump had. I use charisma lightly. I'm going to say it like here, and we'll see once like either Father Times does his work or something else happens. But I'm going to say Erica Kirk is going to be the next president. Charlie's wife. Yep. He's already like, give me attention and give me money to her. So he kind of got over Charlie's death really, really fast. I'm not claiming anything. I'm not saying anything. But it is kind of suspicious how fast she bounced back. Sir Frogsterd. Like, I remember when my dog passed away, I was fucking devastated. Like, my dog was with me like for almost a decade, like a really close family member. I was devastated. I can't even imagine if my wife passed away or my wife was assassinated. Like, I wouldn't be making a WWE entrance like within 2 weeks of my wife's assassination. Definitely need some candidates that are under the age of 70. There should be a cap of 55. Like, nobody over 55 should be a candidate. Fuck no. Did I also already say Sir Frogsterd? Thanks for the follow. That's an awesome username you have there. Predictions for the future of America over the next 10 years. They're going to try the same thing that the Spanish, British, Persian, Roman, did I miss somebody? German. They're going to try the same, like building an empire. And they're going to fall like every single empire. And then a lot of Americans will be living in horrible conditions, horrible leadership. But they're definitely trying to do that now. Isolating themselves from all the allies, all the other countries. Trying to force their will. And once they can't force anymore, or there's pushback, they're going to try to take it by force, and they're trying to build an empire. Vance is like non-Kerry Cole, but same stuff, different day over the next 10 years. I think so. It was like WrestleMania Championship match entry. I mean, 100% like Erica Kirk's fucking entrance music even. It was a Finnish Lapland dog. What? Oh my god. This is what I mean. You should, guys in TikTok and Twitch, you should see some of these comments I get. Like, oh my god, Chew question mark. What does that mean? Like, why? What is your question? And like, I'm atheist. If you want to know, like, okay, a lot of U.S. citizens are leaving USA for good. They should. I dread the day my GSD Zeus passes. YouTube is unhinged. Alisa, have you heard the $50 joke? No. I don't think I have. Do I ever want to? Tell us the $50 joke. People are demanding to hear the $50 joke. It's too long here. Cut it into pieces. It's hard to imagine, but there's so many people. There's so many people on the streets protesting. Just checking what's the, I think it's 100 and, no, yeah, almost 100 million. Yeah, over 90 million population of Iran. I was kind of close. Really, really close. I thought it was somewhere around 100 million. But if Trump already said that USA is going to intervene, that means, or well, they're ready. Means that we're getting closer and closer for a military intervention. It's been a busy week of winning. What's this about an X-ban? Yeah, Iran has like 90 million people. God willing, they will finally take the regime down. Oh yeah, I do think so. Hopefully. I heard you mentioned PC games. What are you playing recently? The most recent game I played was Outer Worlds 2. I played quite a lot of that. Outer Worlds 2 is a really good game. Now I heard news about Fallout that they're going to do Fallout remaster games. I've been playing New Vegas. Oh yeah, New Vegas is awesome. Silent Hill 2, a good game as well. What's this about X-Ban? Should we jump into that one then? Yeah, I think we should. So, as we all know, if you didn't know, Elon Musk's X has been producing CSAM pictures. And also undressing women and technically everyone without their consent. And UK, Indonesia was the first one. Indonesia earlier today announced that they are temporarily banning X until they do something. Also, hi boss, hope you're having a good weekend. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Josh, how you doing? So Elon Musk, of course, being Elon Musk, can't admit any wrongdoing. And that is one of his biggest fault. Hubris is like, he doesn't see any wrongdoing in his own behavior and his own products. And he attacks every time. It's technically the same thing that Trump does all the time. Oh yeah, my friend got her account banned because someone reposted her OC in an explicit format. I mean, yeah. He isn't wrong, however. It's not his fault bad characters exist and abuse AI. But it is your platform and it is your AI that is producing them. I gave that example previously, that if you ask somebody to do a painting for you, you pay them to do the painting. What's the X premium? I think $10 a month. And you ask them to do a painting for you. That is CSAM. You are at fault because you bought the painting. The artist is at fault. This case is literally the same thing. X is providing the AI, and also they have the means to restrict the AI. For example, not editing child photos. I mean, it is... you guys know that I work with AI. That is literally what you can do. Limit what they are doing. And that should be the bare minimum. But just because many AI can do it doesn't mean that X should be able to do it. All AI who does that should be banned until they fix that. Easy as that. But because Elon Musk is protecting, that's the difference between a lot of other AI companies and what Elon does is, the other AI companies investigate, improve. If there's, again, glitches and faults, they do the same. Elon Musk doesn't do that. But why I don't agree with doing it, obviously, but it's weird they just go after one platform only. I mean, if Elon Musk would have just said that, hey, we're disabling it now, completely, and we're investigating if we can improve or build guardrails, which they are called, in the AI. Problem solved. What Elon Musk did was he didn't remove it. He just put it behind a paywall. He became a pimp for fucking child pornography and also deepfakes. He monetized stripping children for his own gain. That is the thing. And deepfake CP, exactly. Is America invading Iran now? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Also Greenland. Oh yeah, and Colombia. In your opinion, what is the best country to live in Europe? Ireland is kind of fine. Finland is also quite fine. Denmark is a good country. There's a lot of good countries to live in. Spain is another one. There's nothing wrong with Italy as well. Croatia is another. Croatia is a hidden gem. 100% would recommend Croatia. Croatia is a hidden gem. The double whammy. We should have did it 50 years ago. Ariana Grande had a hard super round recently, but I've never lived anywhere else, so I can say much. Oh, see the joke. Oh, but the more the letter it do, the more he can boast that Grok is super powerful. Maybe a class action could be brought against Elon for the solicitation of CP. Surely something can be done. I mean, UK is now trying to do something. What they're trying to do is ban X until Elon fixes this. And this would be, again, coming from a person who works with, has been working with AI. This is a quick fix. This is literally a fucking quick fix. But this is Elon Musk. This is like his grand prize is like X and AI. And he's posting how everybody is using more and more Grok, and see how many people are using Grok more now this January than in the previous January. Yes, because people are creating fucking CSAM pictures and deep fakes of normal everyday human beings that have their profile pictures in X. I'm nervous for today. Trump has said he is going to attack Greenland today. Did he say Greenland as well? Nah. Okay, we need to do the one thing that I don't want to do, which is going Trump Truth Social. This is so fucking spammy. This is like One of the worst web pages ever. Iran is looking at freedom. So, okay, Trump is saying that they're ready to attack Iran. Mm, mm. Did he say anything extra about... he said yesterday that either they're going to do it the easy way or the hard way about Greenland. You know what? If Trump just shut the fuck up and did his job as he is doing, he wouldn't even be that bad. I mean, I still think like he would do fuckery, like the whole farmer thing that I always like to remind everybody. Wouldn't you have to just put a few safeguards in? Yes, you need to just put a few safeguards in. True Social still looks like a glorified ad space, because it is. Every time I go to Truth Social to see what Trump is like putting there, I get cancer. That's how bad the page is. But it kind of goes in line like with every Trump product that has his name. Like, it's borderline scammy, if you think about it. There's Trump phones, the fucking Trump cold cards and everything like that. Yeah, but name one politician that doesn't do fuckery. Yes, he said in a presser with Fox that today is the day he's deciding to do if they... Okay. Blood looks like an Antero, not an Alicia. I mean, Alicia's just a username. I mean, I don't assume that Drunken Patty is drunken all the time. You know, in the internet we have usernames. Also, well, unlike you guys, I don't know how many of you have like personal information in your accounts, but you can actually really easily find who I am if you want to. Jeremy Corbyn didn't do any fuckery, that's why he lost though. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I mean, gonna keep updated and like talk about it. Elon Musk has accused the UK government once again of wanting to suppress free speech. After ministers threatened fines and possible bans for his social media site X after its AI tool Grok was used to make sexual images of women and children without their consent. I'll repeat. Elon Musk, I'll rephrase that, how it's actually. Elon Musk is butthurt that a government don't want their citizens to see child porn and sexual images of women without their consent. And he hides behind free speech because he's all about protecting PDFs. Was that too blunt? In the same breath, while he was saying that the UK government is fascist for wanting to ban them, the billionaire claimed Grok was the most downloaded app on the UK app. I wonder fucking why. There's probably there's probably a post in 4chan telling people that you can do this. Narcissist billionaires are a plague, I swear. I mean, yeah. Especially like this fuckhead. Like, of course, there's other billionaires that are horrible. Like, Bezos is not what I would call a good human being either. Like, the things that Bezos is doing. Soros is another one. The brain dead take I saw was that posting to X or Facebook is giving consent. I mean, Elon Musk, well, X, I'm talking about Elon Musk because these are like, it's the same. It's synonymous. Like, X did change their terms and conditions, but I think it's only coming online like later this month. I think it was on the 15th or something like that. That anything you ever post in X is now theirs. And they can use it however they want to. Even if you delete your account. Especially if you delete your account. So X's terms and services and their policies are changing, and they're not changing to the good, which is quite normal if you have a tech oligarch like Elon Musk, that he just wants to gather as much information to either use it himself or sell it to some third party. Which is why he hates EU, because EU wants to keep track of those things. Yeah, same with a lot of other companies. Adobe are doing something similar. Adobe, yeah, there was a big backlash on like Adobe's new terms and services when it came to like images or videos you create with Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, I remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. It happened last year. So I gave 2 minutes to think about it. I still have Adobe though. He's mad. His diary keeps calling him cringe. Yeah. I knocked my moon away. And let's not forget that according to Grok, the biggest mis and disinformation spreaders in X is Elon Musk, number 1. Donald Trump, number 2. And this is according to Grok. And many people have Elon Musk fucking did. Oh my God. This was hilarious. It was literally for an hour today. Elon Musk disabled that answer and changed it. He can do that with the press of a button, but he can't make Grok not do CSAM. He can't make Grok with the press of a button be disabled and then fix the algorithm to not undress children. Priorities: your own ego or the safety of children. Your own ego or children. And of course we know what Elon Musk chose. It's not a surprise. I'm not a huge fan of Elon. I used to be a huge fan of Elon. Like, not a fan though. Like 10-ish years ago. Your children always comes first. You protect your children. Yeah, but you know, Elon Musk doesn't give a fuck about children. That's about it. He does make them quite a lot. He reproduces like a rabbit. Guys, I'm fun and cool. My AI is perverted tool for free speech. I'm just like you. I remember years ago, like 2015, he was worshipped like Tony Stark. Yes. And then he got shit on a few times, and he turned MAGA. Then the cave incident happened. Exactly. He doesn't like his own children. Why wouldn't he care about veggies? Yeah. This is hilarious. In 2022, Elon Musk tweeted, "Removing child exploitation is priority number 1. Please reply in comments if you see anything that Twitter needs to address." And now we live in 2026, 6 years later. And instead of like doing anything about it, he created an AI tool that you don't even need to see pictures, like real pictures anymore. My tool will generate you pictures. You don't need to find pictures from the internet and post on the platform, because I will provide you with pictures. I will provide you with CP and CSAM. You don't need to do any investigation. You just put a bit of a prompt there and ask Grok to provide it to you. I'm happy to help my users. It took Elon 4 years to switch from, hey, if you see any child exploitation, that's our priority number 1, to, hey, you want child exploitation? I'll provide it to you so you don't need to do any work for it. What a fucking scumbag. At least America's coming back. We're going to be great again. We are the Romans of this time. Okay, Johnny the Fox, that's fun and all. You do know what happened to Rome, right? So hopefully you're older so you don't need to see that fall. Back from where? I don't know. Well, hopefully the fall isn't that harsh for the surrounding countries. Yeah, but we got rid of Biden, so it might be better. You got rid of Biden. Yeah, true. Well, Biden technically got rid of himself. Not to take anything away from you, but if we want to stick to facts, Biden resigned from the race himself because he wasn't fit to do that. So you didn't really get rid of Biden. So that's also a W for Biden, which is a rare W. Biden was shit, but that's a rare W. The Fox and you have another geriatric. Yeah, but Trump is winning by selling the company to oil companies. Selling the company, sorry, selling the country for oil companies. It's funny how Trump is saying Venezuela is giving them. Wait a second, why was that deleted? Oh, they thought that was a fucking. Sorry about that, World War III. They thought that was a link. I'll post it again. Because there was a dot in between. Catch you later, boss. I'll be here, too. Oh, don't forget to give an anthem and say a look. Oh, yeah, 100%. I was raised in politics. My grandpa was the mayor of his little town. What? My third cousin was the governor of West Virginia, Hevlett with. If you're not in the United States, state out of politics. You mean stay out of politics, Kathy? Not stayed out of politics. You seem to be anti-everything, fun at parties. What do you mean? Maybe Kathy go back to school and learn how to type, right? Greenland is USA. Well, it is not. And anyone who thinks that it's a good thing that USA is creating instability to the world, you're fucking idiots. Good luck with that. Hey, now that we have so many Trump supporters here, could you tell me, what sort of a mindset do you need to have to idolize a person so much so that when they lie, you can't even admit that? What goes inside your head that when you're idol, the cult leader that you so much praise and worship, that if they lie, you can't even admit they lie? I would really want to know what goes inside your head. No. But why can't you admit that your leader lies? That's cope. Why can't you admit that your leader lied? Or why can't you admit that your leader did something wrong? Hey, the Irish Sinus, thanks for the heart. That's the thing. And that's the only reason why MAGA exists. Because of fanatic cultists idolizing a person. And it's just not like MAGA. There's a lot of like Democrats who do the same, that they see that Democrats can't do anything wrong. He's not my leader, but if he was, I will gladly admit it. It's like trying to talk to a cult member. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is 100%. Like, you post a video where you're fact-checking. For example, Trump claimed that China doesn't have any wind power or windmills. China has the most windmills. Not just that they have windmills, that they have the most windmills. They have the most wind power in the fucking world. And they are rapidly expanding. But when you point this out to anybody who idolizes that buffoon, all of a sudden, they shift the goalpost to something else. But but Biden did this. But why can't you just say that, yeah, Trump fucking lied in that part? That is not even misinterpreting the stats. That's a complete fabrication. But for some reason, this specific cult is ride or die with MAGA. China has more, and they are producing more. China is leading both. China has more wind power themselves, and they are producing majority of the world's wind turbines. Takes it. What up? Ignorance. I mean, it could be. I mean, I think it's because, like, people, when we're talking about idolizing people, like, I think it's because you don't have, this is kind of rude, but I don't think those people have anything for themselves. So their whole personality is that cult. The propaganda here is so strong, it's very difficult to find the truth. It takes serious effort. Yeah, and that's why we should use AI to fact check politicians instead of like AI to generate child porn. You know? That would be a good thing. Every time a politician talks, there's an AI fact checker. browsing through the internet to see if the claims are correct. That will keep them in check. But I think it's because a lot of people who are associating themselves with either the Democrats or the MAGA, or even like, let's say, Biden versus Trump, or let's say Barcelona versus Real Madrid, their whole personality is that one thing. And if somebody dares to point out a fault in their precious thing that they are worshipping, they are, instead of taking that in and admitting that that is correct, they instantly go to attack. And that is what's going on in politics at the moment. And it's funny to look at this because I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. So I'm calling out BS from both sides. I went to a number of max chats last night about the ICE debacle, the aggression, the absolute refusal to even show humanity. Exactly. Like, I was just literally talking to my wife today that one of the worst things a president has done, like in the 2010s, was when Obama used drone strikes on US citizens. Horrific. Deplorable. Should be trial, but of course, like presidential immunity, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's not hard for me to call that out. But a lot of Obama fans back then couldn't say that Obama did anything wrong. And they were doing exactly the same thing as Trump's fans are doing now. So it's that sort of like thing that you're making the movement, the political party, the person, your whole own personality. For fuck's sake, you're individuals. Be proud of what you are and don't assign your personality and you to don't outsource it. Don't be a fucking private company. Be proud of what you are, what you believe, and call out bullshit when you see it. It's way easier then. Maduro is finally having full meal now. And that's like my rant about the whole political conversation around everything. I actually, LM, agreed. Like, first time I saw Maduro like being captured, I was like, ew, kind of sus, but yeah, they got captured. No hero worshipping. Yeah, love what you're saying. I mean, it might be controversial to say that, or it might be a hot topic because a lot of people have even the smallest like hero worshipping. It might be in your life that you like an artist so much that you can't take any criticism. I know a person like who has that one singer that they are denying all the bad things they are doing or making excuses or like all of that jazz. That's not healthy. That's teaching yourself to live in denial, and also kind of narrows your worldview quite a lot, because then you stop like ignoring everything else and you're just listening to your leader or your artist or your football team or anything and believing them without any question. What the fuck was it that BRICS news? USA having some secret weapon or what? Justin, United States used mysterious weapon during raid to capture Nicolas Maduro, leaving Venezuelan soldiers bleeding and vomiting, New York Post reports. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even see that. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground unable to move, which couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapon. I mean, it's from the BRICS news, so it might be BS as well. All right. Homeland Security is not letting it go. The media continues to fail the American people in the reporting on the events in Minneapolis. New evidence show that the anti-ICE agitator was stalking and impeding a law enforcement. I mean, they're throwing that impeding so much so that it's kind of laughable. Just fucking let the investigation go and go to court if you need to. Like, why is the admin in the US treating politics like they are fucking social media influencers? This would be something that I would tweet like, not even I, because before I tweeted my first tweet about the ISIS, the killing of Rene Gold, and about like Palestine or anything like that, I do quite a lot of like investigating to formulate my own opinion. If I do it, even an opinion piece, I might just read the news how it is. But these are government agencies. This is not a social media influencer. This is not a content creator. They should just say that we're investigating on this. Simple fact remains, all the evidence will be reviewed and there will be a court case. I don't think it's going to go to court. Either he can prove he was in mortal peril or he's guilty. If Trump... I read an interesting thing, and I need to fact check that still. Because I've seen that before, that if a president pardons you and you're still taking into civil court or state, the state would sue you. You can't plead the fifth or something like that. Soul Rescue, thanks for the follow. There was a 2014 investigation that showed ICE intentionally stood in front of cars so they could... Oh yeah. I saw that as well. That was circulating on Twitter quite a lot. Hey, Bobby2. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Bobby2. The owners of the 400 million guns in America appears to be allowing fascists to take over the nation without a fight. So there goes the Second Amendment is necessary to protect us from our government arguments. What's Twitter? It's the failed branding of X, because people are still calling it Twitter. Do know if FBI has the balls to see it through. They'll side with Trump and goons. To use lethal force, you must believe you're in mortal peril. You know, I never considered the pardon. Yeah, but like, I know it angers Elon Musk quite a lot when people call it Twitter, and a lot of people call it Twitter. Even Trump calls it Twitter. And that probably angers Elon Musk quite a lot, and I do love it. But to be fair, I do agree with Shannon Watts that there's a Second Amendment for a right, and even though I'm not a huge fan of guns, if people feel that their government is tyrannical and doing stuff that isn't in the benefit of the people, there's the Second Amendment to provide them the right to bear arms, to form a militia against the tyrannical government. But it is Twitter, and you tweet 100%. I call it Twitter alone. I think everybody should just continue to call it Twitter, just to piss Elon off. The "don't tread on me" crowd seems awfully comfortable with police state these days. I mean, it is their boys after all, you know. I think it's like, it's because we're in power now, so it's okay, you know. X sounds like a shit name. I mean, nobody likes their X, pun intended. I do feel Trump will try to take guns from certain groups to start. It won't go over well. I hope he doesn't. Like, I mean, the fact that JD Vance told everyone that ICE is starting to go from door to door to start looking for people and asking people for their papers, that should be the first warning sign and red flags for even the most hardcore "don't tread on me" Second Amendment people, that, hey, I heard about something similar in my history class. I wonder what that is. I heard something that happened many decades ago, that a government was going door to door searching for people. Could that be the same thing that's happening here at the moment? I do feel Trump will try to take guns from... I'm anti-MAGA and pro-Second Amendment. I just got done live streaming the anti-ICE protest in my city in Wichita, Kansas. Great turnout. Oh my god. Do you have the VOD from your stream? Immediately, the police are sex trafficking. Love it. What's happening with X? Elon Musk is protecting people creating CP and CSAM. Yeah, people are going to start shooting ICE agents if they try to do that. I don't know if you consent on like showing this, but I'll check this after the stream. I don't want to steal like any views or anything from you. I'm trying to be like MLK right now, but I'm feeling more and more like John Brown every day. Like, I'm quite center or everything. Try to be as center as possible. Of course, like I'm not a huge fan of like fascism and taking freedoms from your citizens. And also, I'm not a huge fan of like uncapped private companies, unregulated free market. Not a huge fan of that either. So I'm quite center-ish. I have some left-leaning stuff and I have some right-leaning stuff. But like one thing that I value more than anything else is human life. So if you hear me talking that some killing or death was justified, that's, call me out on that. I don't think death ever is justified unless it's father time. Father time is the only time death is justified, because we all are getting reaped by father time. I hope it stayed peaceful and everybody's safe. I hope so as well. Father time takes us all. Don't call yourself Jesus, weirdo. Max, you might want to read it again. You might want to read it again. You can have another try, Max. And if you're so butthurt about me calling technically Jesus, or basically Jesus, I mean, there's no copyright on the name Jesus, weirdo. You don't even know who Jesus I was talking about. Maybe it was my dog. Maybe it was my neighbor. People in America have no clue what real socialism is. They think it's communism. Yeah. Everything on its own merit. The idea of blindly believing something because it's your political bent. Oh yeah, 100%. Like every single case is an individual case. The guy that mows my yard, his name is Jesus. I had a colleague when I was working at Apple that was actually named Jesus. And he actually wanted to use his like second name because people were like making the like connection between those two. It's all shit and has not worked out. I love it when people come to chat and just say the most random stuff without any like connection to anything. Hey Ray, thanks for the follow. No context, no nothing. Just it's all shit and has not worked out.
With nobody in it. And just to give you another example of how reckless some of these acts.
All right, let's hear the Minneapolis police chief.
Just to give you another example of how reckless some of these actions are, maybe 12 blocks from here, 10 blocks from here, over on 3rd Avenue, there was an ICE action that took place. An individual from a car that was in the middle of a pretty significant street was detained. They left the car in the middle of the street. The car wasn't even in park, and so you've got this vehicle that is just rolling down the street with nobody in it. And it wasn't a Waymo. This was a car that was rolling down the street that could have hit anybody, including my own family members that live not too far from there. And so this is not about safety, clearly. If this was about safety, you wouldn't do stupid things like that. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody has gotten killed. And so that's not the route as to how you do any of these exercises.
That is a good call out. So, unlike Rene Good, unlike Rene Good, the ICE agents were actually weaponizing a car and not putting it on park or the handbrake on created a serious risk for everybody on that road. Uncle Joe, thanks for the follow. Writer for years 1000, thanks for the follow. So that is a good speech from Mayor Jacob Frey. Like, if they would care about safety, they would actually take it seriously. But because they don't care about safety, they just got the chance to play gunslinger. And that's why they joined ICE. Because they failed everything else in their lives, and they needed they were provided an opportunity to have a bulletproof vest, a gun, and some pepper spray. And now they're using paintball guns as well in Minneapolis, which is what the fuck. Jesus is reasonable common name in Latin America countries. Mary was the most common. Oh yeah. It was wonderful. We are a sanctuary city, and our police are very protective of our citizens. And I reiterate, like, police officers, law enforcement agents should be protecting the citizens at all cost. That should be their number one priority. And if you shoot a citizen, you should look after that citizen, not flee the scene. And especially the higher ups of your agency or the police department shouldn't make hasty comments that aren't based in any investigation, aren't based in anything. They should get hostage barricade training. It teaches them how to de-escalate. They did the opposite. Yeah. Now it looks like Macau was deep state after all. Yes. That is exactly. De-escalating is the most important thing. And immediately when you throw a weapon, if you like, we've seen like so many videos of ICE agents just throwing weapons on random citizens that it is crazy. Oh, speaking of a random citizen, here's an ICE agent pulling a gun to a protester's head. Literally, what was it? Yesterday. He has a paintball gun. He swaps the paintball gun to his real gun. The protester is unarmed. The protester is not a threat. He already pointed the paintball gun to the protester's head. John Stevens, like, the ICE agents was on the sidestepped away from the car. And if you're still trying to justify murder, by all means, go for that. It's on you. Justify this. You want to see it on Twitter as well? How are you going to justify this? And just 2 seconds earlier, the ICE agent was pointing a paintball gun to the head of that protester. John Stevens, please do try to justify this. 2 seconds earlier, the ICE agent pointed a paintball gun to the head of that protester. The protester is unarmed. He swapped his paintball gun to his real firearm. I'm baffled, John Stevens, how little you care about human life. Your fellow citizen dying needlessly because there was a trigger-happy police officer who a lot of people are saying wasn't mentally fit to go and perform his duties because he was in a similar incident months earlier. That I saw that justification in a lot of places, even from the Trump admin. They said that he was in a similar incident. This was J.D. Vance, so he might have been a bit riled up. If he's not mentally capable of performing his duties as he's trained, well, of course we know ISIS isn't trained. he shouldn't be on the field. So this incident happened because you have a law enforcement agent that has trauma and was trigger happy. This is not only the ICE agent's fault. This is also Kristi Noem's fault and her admins. The woman posed no danger. She even said to the ICE agent that, "I'm not mad at you." And the last words the ICE agent said after he shot the woman 3 times was, "Fuck that bitch." Or "fucking bitch," something like that. If they allowed ICE to do their job, no one would be harmed. I'm Irish, you're quite clearly are not. I am Irish. I mean, I live in Ireland. John Stevens. Now that I have a proper Maca idiot here, justify this situation. I will play it again. There's a notification West woman. This ICE agent raises his paintball gun and aims the woman, posing no threat. No fucking threat. We're at 4 seconds. 1 second later, he decides to grab his sidearm, his real gun, and points to the woman's head. Again, posing no fucking threat. Oh, we have idiots in TikTok as well. All right. Justify this picture you see here. How does it look in mobile view? Let's see. Ah, it's fine. You should see that. This happened yesterday in an ICE protest. The woman is unarmed, standing there, and the ICE agent is pointing a weapon. Don't be there. So you're okay that law enforcement officers point weapons at civilians? It wasn't an accident. What the fuck? He shot him. He shot the fucking Rene Good on purpose. It wasn't an accident. Let's not fucking twist words here. It wasn't an accident. I'm sorry, Mike Cash, but that woman has his First Amendment rights to protest. So you're saying you want to remove the First Amendment? Is that it? But, Mike, you want to remove the First Amendment? The First Amendment right, they have the right to protest. If you are okay for ICE agents to point weapons on civilians that are using their First Amendment rights, you're part of the problem. I mean, you're actually, if you're right, if you are okay with this, like, you're part of the problem. Like, you should be really fucking mad about this, because this is literally what the Second Amendment warned you about. This is literally what the Second Amendment warned you about. And this is why the Second Amendment exists. What the hell is going on? I mean, people are just fucking justifying police overreach, ICE overreach, threatening US citizens who are fucking using their First Amendment rights to protest. What are we talking about? My God. People are just so fucking weird.
In by water, but
while storming the Capitol, what a joke. 100%. It's just baffling that abject denial and lack of humanity. Did something happen in Taiwan while we were streaming? Nah, it's just China threatening stuff again. I think like the Second Amendment, the first is not also clearly outlined, and we need to work on these inconsistencies. I think people should start using their Second Amendment rights. She wasn't under investigation. She even quite calmly said to the ICE agent that she isn't mad at him. The only one who made that situation dangerous is the ICE agent that decided to draw the weapon. Sorry, you said start or stop. Start using. Because clearly, if you have ICE agents going from door to door, asking for papers from US citizens, and like they're hunting a group of people, I'm surprised people aren't more alarmed about this. If you haven't read history, you should definitely read history. She put herself in the situation, then panicked. Did she pull the trigger? They are not just going door to door asking every person for papers. Vance said that it is okay to go from door to door and asking papers. The parallels of World War II are frightening. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We can see that. Any sane person can see that. Oh, won't you look at that? Well, that can't be right. There you go. I think this is the... Is this the 7th or 8th mass shooting in the United States this year? He said the victims were all family members related to the suspect. I don't know what kind of a motive you could have to kill a 7-year-old. I mean, I've read enough news that I know that you don't have to have that much reason to kill a 7-year-old. Like, if you need to educate, like how little reasons you need that, read information about what's happening in Israel, Gaza. Ah. The truth of World War II is hidden. What the fuck? It's not. Oh my, what the fuck did I just started reading again the TikTok chat, and what the hell am I seeing? Oh, I should... depends if we're counting gang-related violence, then we are even more horrendous with the mass shootings. I'm counting everything, like, because I care about human lives. So whether it's gang-related or whether it's school shootings or whether it's like not gang-related mass shootings, it's all the same to me. They are all human lives lost. and they're all preventable. Finland performed really well in 1939 war with USSR. That is true. Unfortunately, we got our ass kicked in the continuous war that happened a few years later. If I attack a bear, is it the bear's fault? What? The threat is from the west, not the east. Ireland people are too far from east threat. Ireland people are literally threat to EU. Do not do because they don't spend enough on military. What the fuck am I reading? I mean, Zionist, there's John Stevens on YouTube trying to probably make a strawman argument here, comparing like bear attacks to what happened with the ICE agent. Trump is peacemaker, Russia is a threat. Okay. Well, Trump is a threat as well, so. Also, Israel is peacemaker, thanks to them, less terrorist on the EU. Sometimes they're like, how can you say Israel is a peacemaker at the same time as their government is willingly killing children and women? It's really hard to say that, though. They aren't really doing anything when it comes to the ceasefire either. I am not troll, please no ban. I didn't say that. Who said that? What are we talking about? Now there's so much. But Mississippi mass shooting, 6 dead, including 7-year-old child in horror incident. Let's go to Twitter and see how many right-leaning politicians are tweeting about this. Wait a second. Where is J.D. Vance? Where's Kristi Noem? Where's Pam Bondi? Where is Stephen Miller? Wait a second. Are we witnessing hypocrisy? Are they saying that these people who died in the mass shooting in Mississippi, their lives aren't as important as the ICE agent who allegedly got hit by a car, but he walked out the scene and also jumped in his own car and drove away? And they were immediately like condemning the driver. Wait a second. This is kind of interesting to see. What the fuck am I reading? Any updates on the Iran situation? We can see soon. I'll wrap up this Mississippi thingy. Finnish president loved Trump. I don't want to piss on your bonfire, but you don't really know anything about Finns if you say anybody loves anything. Like, we might tolerate someone, we might withstand someone, we might play nice with someone, but the Finnish president does not love Trump any more than the Finnish president loves the Canadian prime minister or the prime minister of Japan. No, she didn't, Erok. Barkov, baby. Is Barkov back? If I go to Chicago South Side with a MAGA hat, it's a stupid decision if I get hurt. Are you now justifying the killing again, John Stevens? You do know that what you're saying now, you're again. Like, you shouldn't get shot for going with a MAGA hat. You shouldn't get shot when you're trying to drive away from a scene that you're not even charged with anything, or you're not under investigation, or you're not you're not detained. The same thing. Supporting Biden and Kamala is a threat to Finland. I don't support Biden or Kamala Harris. Next argument. Yeah, I do like that. Like, next argument. What is your next argument? I mean, John is at the moment just screaming to a own echo chamber. Absolutely bang on. Trigger happy, lot our eyes. Yeah, 100%. Uneducated, untrained fools. Wow, the left has gaslighted you so badly. No. If you're happy about your law enforcement officers just shooting civilians, pointing guns at civilians as well, do I fucking need to show that again? Lucky for me, I have that bookmarked. Okay, let's see. Where do I have that protest? This happened yesterday. Do we have Erok still in the chat? Hopefully we do have Erok still in the chat, so. Erok, this is for you. We have a situation here. I'll zoom in again. Justify this. Thank you. What could justify an ICE agent pulling a gun on a protester that is unarmed, standing still, not even moving forwards, pointing it to her head? I did hear right that another two being shot today. I think it was yesterday when they got shot. I should change my text because we're talking about Trump. Trump politics. What law? No. That woman didn't disobey a lawful order. She was using her First Amendment right to protest, standing still, not moving forward. The ICE agent, again, one of those fucking trigger-happy motherfuckers, pointed the paintball gun originally on her head. Then he changed it to his real gun. That was in Portland, no? Yeah, like the two that was shot in Portland, yeah. What happened before that? She was standing. Now he points the paintball gun. Now he points the gun.
Oh shit, he's got his gun. He pulled out his fucking gun.
Now he noticed that he did a mistake there. The funny thing is, the ICE agent noticed that he fucked up. So he put his own gun away and takes his paintball gun back. That is so fucking... That guy is so stupid. He immediately realized that what he did was a fuck up, pointing a live gun to an innocent protester. So he instantly... You can see it in his fucking stature that he noticed that he fucked up and put the gun away and took the paintball gun back. Beautiful. At least he didn't shoot this time. DT is pushing to mine the seabed for the tech minerals. The oil is pocket change. And the problem is what? 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 You don't see a problem there. You don't see a problem, an ICE agent pointing a fucking gun to a protester that poses no threat. We have a chatter in TikTok that doesn't see any problem in this. You really don't see a problem in that. That's pure insanity. That's just, I don't fucking know what that is anymore. These officers are patriots and doing God work. Was that toy loaded? If not, there's no problem. What the fucking... ISIS trying to enforce the law. Protesters are trying to stop them. The protesters are fucking secured by the First Amendment rights to protest peacefully. And that woman had no weapons, not even a sign. That woman posed no threat to the ICE agent. I see a problem with a crazy person trying to run over federal law enforcement. What about John Stevens? You haven't really like commented this one yet. Show me the First Amendment where you have the right to intervene with law enforcement. I said in the First Amendment, don't put words in my mouth, there, Rock. You have the right to protest. That's the protest. I mean, John Stevens, could you try? I'll give you one more try. John Stevens is a good example also that you can't really say that your side of the team is doing anything wrong. You will just move the goalpost or avoid the question altogether. John Stevens, you have one try. Can you don't condemn that ICE agent there? Don't believe the hype lyrics that were written about mainstream media. Okay. Yeah. Those for sure are bots. Yeah, 100%. I mean, even the agent figured it out. Yes. But the agent did fuck up. That is the thing that I'm messaging here. The lack of training and the lack of de-escalation training, especially, is on full view here. Like, I don't know, like, why are they so high on everything all the time? Like, they should calm down a bit. It was already kind of interesting, the choice of choosing of like switching weaponry. Like, I don't know, maybe take the guns away from the ICE agents. That's not, John. Literally, that's not what we're discussing now. Yeah, I was just saying that, Kerry. Those, I don't think those ICE agents should even carry live ammo. Like, there is no justification. Even John Stevens can't do that. For pulling a live gun to protesters' head. Of course, the ICE agent noticed his fuck up. We can see it again here. Pull the gun.
Oh shit, he's got his gun.
He fucking
He pulled out his
noticed that
gun.
and switched back to the paintball gun. Sandy, exactly. I think Sandy said the best thing so far. Taking guns away from ICE agents, and if they need help, they could the local police can help them. I always behave myself around cops in Canada. Even I always say most cops were kids picked on in school. I found a way to get power over others. You should really go to Finland. Like, honestly, if you go to Finland and see how the police walk around there and how they do, like, they are there for the citizens. When you try to impede a federal agent, you are putting yourself in a dangerous situation. Bye, John. Too much bureaucracy then. I mean, unfortunately, because what the ICE agents are doing at the moment, I think people are gonna start to lean towards using their Second Amendment rights. If you guys think that sending more ICE agents to Minnesota will calm things down, that is not gonna happen. ICE right now is doing some cowboy and Wild West shit. I mean, the ICE agents are kind of doing a bit like oppressing the citizens of the United States. This is not like the reason why there's such an uproar is like normal citizens are not feeling it. Sounds like Finland took a step up on planes to visit on my next travels. I'm a firm believer in you. Don't know what it's like until seeing it with my own eyes. Like one of the wildest incidents. Like I've met police officers many times in Finland. Like they literally need to avoid using force, especially with weapons, because they have other means to de-escalate the situation, and they have training for fucking years, and they have monthly de-escalation trainings as well, because the main purpose of the police officers in Finland is to protect the citizens of Finland. So why the fuck would they go there running and gunning? It is so rare that a police officer uses his gun in Finland that every time they use their gun, there is actually external and internal investigation. Was that use of the gun justified? And there has been sentences for police officers for unjustified use of weapon. If ICE was a military, they'd be the 15th, 18th largest in the world, especially with a moving object. DHS policy is to never shoot on a moving vehicle. Exactly. Also in Finland, we have the same. Shouldn't do that. It's supposed to be that way here too. It's supposed to be. I don't know if it's ever been in the United States. Finland is different. In most countries, people avoid police. Yeah. Shouldn't though. I've been in a few scary situations in a number of countries around the world. It's impossible to explain how easily things get out of hand. True. Well, I've been in riots in Belfast, and I can tell you, the police officers in Belfast, when riot gear comes in, the riot police in Belfast is fucking wild. They're high on cocaine or something like that. I think because of gun law. Gun law also helps. But we do have quite a lot of guns in Finland, but they're mostly for hunting and like sports. But like Belfast, the normal police officers that you see, they're quite chill. But when the fucking riot started, well, we moved there in 2012, and they removed the British flag from the town hall. So all the British started rioting again. You mean Ireland, Belfast? Yeah, Belfast. The capital city of Northern Ireland, yeah. I used to live there. And I got a first-hand experience of the riot police by accident. And they didn't fuck around. But they didn't shoot anyone. Other than using rubber bullets and like batons. But I think they didn't need to shoot anyone because of their history. I'm smiling here. Thank you for streaming tonight. You speak sense and have a healthy perspective and outlook. Hey, Kerry Kirk, thanks for like the kind words. I just value human life so much, and I just want to see the fucking suffering and death to stop. And that's it. Like, it's not just in the US, it's everywhere. These people still believe the 2020 election was stolen. This, yeah, not sure any American thought they could stop venture capitalists by electing a venture capitalist. I have a major issue with how Canadian cops treat their target criminal who is usually mentally ill. They shot a kid in my area last year, madness. Ireland is super rich now. How about Northern Ireland? Do they rich too? They're a part of the UK, so not they got fucked by Brexit. Northern Ireland has been treated badly by UK for a long time. Finland has also capitalists in the lead. Oh yeah. The human lives make a choice to go out and start stuff. I mean, if you see your fellow countrymen being shot for a little to no reason, turning her car, I would be mad as well. I'm mad every fucking day. I like here in Ireland when I see young people dying in the streets because of car accidents. And I do think a lot of people need to fucking go back to driving school and learn how to drive. But at least they're not dying because Garda is shooting them. Because majority of Garda in here in Ireland, which is the police in Ireland, they don't even carry fucking guns. You have Musk, who is a trillionaire by 2030, Trump family scamming Bitcoin, enriching themselves by 3 billion in just 1 year. I mean, it's all about themselves. They want only what's good for them. I hope that J.K. Rowling would stay out of politics because she makes it hard to fucking... Alright, the regime in Iran turned off the internet and even street lights in Tehran so the world wouldn't see how big the crowd is. Trump's also a narcissist and a liar. But they usually go hand in hand. If you're a narcissist, you're usually a liar as well. Iranians still went out in thousands, lit the crowd with their phones and circumvented the blackout. J.K. Rowling might live in a bubble. I would say J.K. Rowling lives in a bubble. You can just tax them. No one should get $1 trillion even in assets. God fucking damn it, LM. I agree. Like, I'll tell you a story. My daughter asked this. Like, who needs 100 million? Well, according to my daughter, no one needs 100 million. You might want 100 million, but you don't need 100 million. And then I told her even creamer story, which is like if you take Bill Gates, Bezos, Elon Musk, and you remove 99% of their wealth and give it, let's say, to charity or somewhere else, they still have billions. That's how much money they have. They would still have billions. Depending how you calculate Elon Musk's wealth, actually, if you take 99% away from that, they would have, how much does Elon's wealth is? Like 800 billion or something like that. Imagine the things you could do with 1 trillion. Oh yeah, it's their wealth. But we do know how they use their wealth though, FRDM. Like, for example, Elon Musk is saying that, like, it's his wealth, he can't be taxed for it. But he's using his wealth as liquidity to get debt, which he uses as your primary spending money. They are abusing the system that is benefiting those super rich. US is a weird. In the name of humanity, it's against dictators. Do I again have Twitch somewhere, like, sideline? Where the fuck is Twitch? Humanity is against dictators of Venezuela, Iran, but same US favors wars, extremist dictators like Syria and Pakistan. Where are you from? Finland. I live in Ireland, though. They know how to use the system and be productive with it. Do they? Do they? You take on Greenland, be logical. The logical thing is Greenland belongs to Denmark. That's it. If Greenland themselves